Hi everyone, Joella here. Don't forget to like and subscribe down at the bottom. So, where do I start? I just made a video about a little thought, but this is about a big thought. So today, I saw a shaman that my shaman referred me to. A shaman that he's worked with. Yeah. It was very interesting today. It was my first session with him. His name is Roland. He'll be at the Body, Mind, Spirit conference, whatever, expo, that's the term, expo, in February, down at, the North Carolina Convention Center by the airport. My grandmother used to go, so I got her card, so I've gone a couple times. It's pretty cool. And so I'll be excited to see him there again. It'll be interesting. My session ended up running 4 hours. Yeah. It was very intense. Went through a lot of different things, some past life regressions. It's interesting with every either shaman or a medium or person of spirit that I work with. Everyone has different talents and attributes and way of doing things and pulling things out. He seemed to like to see what I could come up with before he would tell me things. It was interesting. One of the biggest things was he could feel a lot of my pain that was all pulled around a time in my life. And the deeper that we went into it, it was like age 6 or 7. It was a residual pain. That's how I like to represent past life pain. It kind of stays with the essence of the soul from attachments of past lives. So in this particular instance, because we were working first with this life to see, because I couldn't pull anything out from when I was 6 or 7 to have something to where someone hurt me in some way, in that way. So in my past life, I was killed. But we were trying to figure out who. I couldn't bring up who, so we didn't get past that. Like I said, we worked for 4 hours, so there was a lot of other things we went through, but that was very interesting. We talked about how I'm a very old soul. I've had many, many past lives, which I already knew, but he even brought up even more than I knew, or that I had more than I knew, way more than I thought. I mean, that I didn't think that I did have so many. I did, but and I tried to sit and do the math one day, but then I stopped. So I didn't fully. Yeah, because you could see that my light shines much brighter than the average person. Like you said, the average person would be here. My light was like over here. But at the same time, my light was being dim. So it was like after session, it went up even more. But anyway, I know. And we were talking about why so many people either come cling to me or reject me, because I am. Lower vibrational people don't like higher vibrational people. They make them feel things they don't want to feel, takes them out of their comfort zone, so then they think it's bad. Even though it's not bad, it's good. Or sometimes you and someone see you and then you'll be different from what they are, and they'll crave it, so they'll like cling to you and want to be, yeah. So it's like those two different factions. Happens a lot. Like, I'm talking about like one of my friends that I work with, because she's going through things, so it's harder for her to listen to me go through things, because it pulls weight on her, which I understand completely. So I'm like, it's all good, still love you, we're great. Because I knew that I was having things, so. And it was interesting because we had a conversation the day before my session. I just happened to be lucky enough to get my session the next day after booking, because usually you can take up to a month to book with someone that's been doing this for a while and that has accreditations and things. It's a whole another world, so it's hard to explain. It's like I was talking to him and I was like telling him things, and he's like, sounds like you have a lot of bits and pieces and parts and pieces to the puzzle, but you don't know how to complete it. I was like, exactly. And it drives me nuts. But I'm like super hungry. And whenever I yawn, I want to put something in my mouth so I stop yawning. Just trying to look for my snack thingy. I guess these would work. Super seed, gourmet pumpkin seeds, somewhat spicy. Just so I stop yawning. You know? I know it's better clatter noise. Sorry. But I had a little bit of rice and grains before I went into session, but it was an hour drive there, and then I probably spent 2 hours in the store. I was only supposed to be in and out because I had 3 stores to go to, so I haven't gotten the other 2 yet. One's just the bank, thankfully, but the other one closes in 15 minutes, so that'll have to be tomorrow. I want to get some more gold paint. I gotta go through all the colors that I have, because when I get more gold paint, and I need to find my painter's tape. Because tomorrow I want to paint my chakra wall that I'm going to do in the living room. So, yeah, I've been like planning that out in my head for a couple weeks now. But I'm going back to my experience with my shamanic clearing today. Yeah, that's what we'll call it, shamanic clearing. I mean, if you've been watching me, you understand I'm about spirit. I believe in spirit. I don't try to sugarcoat anything. I try to, like, explain things one way or the other. I just talk about how I feel and what I do. And I try to explain why I do, and when I do these things, how it makes me feel, and how it gives me a better understanding of me. It was interesting because, let's see if I can do this with, oh, I can't see you at all. So I'm going to take the glasses off for a minute because of the lighting. It was messing with the reflection. It was confusing me a little bit. Anyway. Oh my goodness. Taking off my glasses totally took my train of thought off, so that's not gonna work. Can I get back? I don't know. The glare is really bothering me. Yeah, I don't know if that helped at all. It's frustrating. That's because that one light's right there. Yeah, that doesn't really do much. A little bit, but not much. So, I'm shamanic experience today. I had the past life regression of learning that I have been carrying the weight of my death from when I was a child, from a previous life. Probably been carrying that weight for a few lifetimes. Similar pain related things. Still didn't get to the root of some of my issues like I wanted to, but we did a lot of processing, a lot of soul healing and clearing. So we worked more with my past life stuff than my recent life stuff. Which was comforting for me. But, like, even though I feel that we worked so hard to get entity out and to understand, try to have some understanding of where my pain comes from. We had a very interesting conversation about Jesus. I didn't, did I? Maybe I mentioned the definition of my name, meaning the will of God, because we talked about I am God, I am, and when it, sit with that phrase, I am, close my eyes, and what comes up, and what comes up for me. And as I said to him before I said, I was like, I'm not trying to sound pompous or arrogant, but what comes up for me is to say, I am the goddess of love and light for all. And it's like, yes, you are. And say, I am God. And I was like, yes, I say it all the time, I am God. And it's like, but you haven't said it recently. And I was like, no. Not since the split. I haven't really been up in there because I've been so trying to figure everything out and not understanding certain things, and basically that my husband wants to run on a different vibration than me. Because he's scared of spirit, and he pushed me away because of spirit. That was his first reason for the split. But then he came up with all these other reasons after to push me away further, I guess. I have a hard time understanding that. But I've had a hard time understanding that for many lives. Like that kind of line of thinking. I had a long discussion about that. Because I can fathom why people do things, but I don't want to personally comprehend it because I don't see where it has that placing, if that makes sense. So it's hard for me to arrive at certain correlations at this time in my life. But as he was reminding me that I am here, that I made the commitment to be here for the process of helping others, whether it's one or many or thousands of many thousands, which more than likely that's where it is. I have to learn to not take other people's abruptness of me personally, that if they can't understand me or if they get thrown back by me, that's because I remind them of something they don't want to deal with or don't want to understand. Yeah, it was really nice to be able to talk to someone that understood my outlook, reminding me that we're not of the many, that we are of the few. And it's harder to be the strong when everyone else is saying, but you should do it this way. Because it's like, and that's why I pull away from society, because it becomes like a detrimental chatter instead of just like being able to do and zone it out. What I mean by that is, if you listen to me, you've heard me talk about I don't like conformities and things like that. I feel like I'm going in a circle, but then now I'm being blinded by brights in my eyes. So yeah, I mean, I can see my eyes looking at you now. It kind of clears up the glare. Oh, glare's back. Lights are gone. But it was hurting my eyes, so it's all good. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video for now because I feel like I'm circle talking a little bit. I think I need to get something to eat since I was going into the sleepy mode. But I'm really excited about the session I had today. It is important to do, well, I feel out of this session that yes, it's definitely important to do clearing, to be able to talk to someone that can understand your emotional process outside of society's concepts. And sometimes we don't allow ourselves, we don't give ourselves the permission to have the conversations that we need to have with someone to actually understand what's going on within ourselves. Because society and society's conformities don't want us to go within ourselves, don't want us to heal ourselves. They want to keep us like these things, and that's why in my previous video I was talking about going to the store and over shopping, and it was very confusing for me. Oh, yeah, I definitely need to get some food. So I'll talk to you more later. I'll probably do a part 2 about my shamanic clearing. Thank you all so much for listening today. I hope you're having an amazing grand rising, you beautiful souls. I love you.